So now, so when we put all this together, we're saying that okay, well, Jesus is clearly in different
Hey, is
passages.
he is Amir breaking up to y'all?
Nah, not for me.
No, nope.
Can, can you hear him? He sounds like he's breaking up on my end. Go ahead, Amir. You kind of sound like you were breaking up a little bit.
Right? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. You
Right.
sounded like
So
you.
I'm putting all this together. Okay, we have Jesus saying, "Ask, knock, and receive." If a son asks his father for a fish, if you ask God of anything, He shall give. What it looks like a son asking his father for a fish, and his father give him a stone, or a piece of bread, and his father give him a stone, or a fish, and his father gives him a serpent.
Mhm.
So we have this, and then we have Jesus in Hebrews 5:7 crying out to his God to save him from death, and it says
Out
that
of
it was
out of
heard.
out of death.
I don't know what that means.
That means the Greek word is ek, where we get the prefix for exit. Like when you exit out of a theater, you're first in the theater and then you exit out of it. That's the word from, to deliver him out of death. We've been
Hold
through
up,
this before.
hold up. So you're saying that Hebrews 5:7, that means save him. Well, if you're asking God to save him from death, you're saying he's asking God to save him out of death? That don't make
Out
sense, bro.
of out of death. Look at the look.
Like,
As a matter of fact, go to Bible Hub and you can see it for yourself.
but I'm saying, but I mean, what sense does that make?
It doesn't matter whether it doesn't make sense to you because of what you believe. It
But
makes perfect sense to me
like, that's what I'm asking you. What does it mean? Like, save me out of death?
because he emphatically said, just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, so shall the Son of Man be.
But Jonah wasn't dead.
Yes, he was.
He was
He
not
was
dead.
no, he was in Sheol. Do you know
Right.
Hebrew?
Yes, I know what you're talking about in Shaw. Like
Sheol, exactly.
the low. Yeah, but he
That's the
wasn't dead.
place of departed spirits. The only way that he could have been in Sheol is if he was dead. As we read in chapter James chapter 2 verse 26, the body without the spirit is dead.
So you believe that Jonah was dead 3 nights? That the sign was.
Jonah was dead. That's why Jesus used it as an analogy.
Nah, man. Look, I would let that go, bro. But that was the whole
You're gonna
narrative
have
then.
to, bro, until you get educated on this stuff.
But that was the whole point of it, was that Jonah, the Son of Man, would be in the earth 3 days as Jonah
No,
was in the fish.
no, it wasn't. And let me show you how you're wrong. Even his audience, which were the educated scribes, knew what he was saying. After Jesus was crucified in chapter 27, starting at verse 62, the same group of people whom he told the sign of Jonah to, the next day, which followed the preparation day, the chief priest and the Pharisees gathered before Pilate and said, "Sir, we remember that while this deceiver was still alive," understand, they understood him to be dead. But when he was still alive, he said, "After 3 days, I will rise again." So give orders that the tomb be made secure until the third day. Otherwise, his disciples may come, still him, and tell the people he has been raised from the dead, and the last deception will be worse than the first. If they understood Jesus's teaching about being 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale, as Jonah was, that he was going to be alive in the grave, then their request to Pilate would have been different. It would have went something like this: "Could you please dispatch a cohort of soldiers to open the tomb, get a dagger, and stab him 30 or 40 times to make sure he's dead?" Because Jonah was alive in the belly of the fish. No, they understood Jesus to be saying that he was dead. And as a matter of fact, that is a not only a Jewish idiom, but that's A&E idiom. Here, let me read it to you. That was used by Middle Easterners, not just in Israel. Let me get it. Sorry, I can't share my screen. All right. So it says here. Um, so it says here. This is the Jewish Encyclopedia. This is the Jewish Encyclopedia, right? It states that in the New Testament, Jesus makes use of the book of Jonah in its original sense, referring to the people of Nineveh as examples of the faith and repentance that he missed among his contemporaries while refusing them the miracle that they were asking at his hands. The endeavor to find more than this simple reference in the sign of Jonas has led in the parallel passage to the interpretation according to which Jonah's 3 days in the belly of the fish are a prophecy of the 3 days that Jesus would spend in the grave. The early, listen, these are Jews, Jewish scholars and rabbis. The early Christian church more correctly elevates Jonah's rescue from the belly of the fish into the standing type of the resurrection from the dead.
Okay, so now
Giza
let's look at
Vermes,
this.
another, hang on, bro. Giza Vermes, another Jewish scholar. Once again, these are people who understand Second Temple Judaic communication. He says the phrase on the third day recalls seven significant events in biblical history. The two most important of them are the first. On the third day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. Genesis 22, verse 4, the Akedah, indicating Isaac's virtual resurrection after the unaccomplished sacrifice, and the seventh and the last referring to the general revival of the dead. After 2 days, he will revive us. On the third day, he will raise us up. Hosea chapter 6, verse 2. These exegetical traditions seem to stand behind the belief in the resurrection of Jesus on the third day. Old Testament and Hebrew scholar Robert B. Chisholm in his Handbook on the Prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, and the Minor Prophets, says in ancient Near Eastern literature, the trip to the underworld land of the dead was viewed as a 3 day journey. It is possible that the text depicts the fish giving Jonah a return trip from the underworld to which he had, by his own admission, descended. Richard Allen Furr Jr. and Gary E. Yates, The Message of the 12. All of this confirms exactly what I'm saying. The significance
Okay,
of the 3 days and nights Jonah spent in the fish is likely that a person was considered truly dead after 3 days and 3 nights in the grave. I'm gonna hit it home. Here's the NIV Cultural Backgrounds Bible ebook, Zondervan, 2016. A person is considered truly dead after 3 days in the grave or netherworld. In Inanna's descent to the underworld, the goddess Inanna goes down into the netherworld and tells her servant that if she has not returned in 3 days, she should begin to lament for her and make petitions to the gods for her return. 3 days and 3 nights was an idiom that was not only used by Hebrews, but ancient Middle Eastern people to describe death.
okay. So what I came up with from my research is that we read Jonah 1:17. It says, "And the Lord prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights." Now the Hebrew text here never says Jonah died. It simply says that he was inside the fish. Now in Jonah 2:1-2, it says that then Jonah prayed unto the Lord his God out of the fish's belly, out of the belly of Sheol, I cried. So the word Sheol here can mean grave, death, or the underworld, but it can also be metaphorical for deep
It's
distress or
it's
near
it's
death,
it's not
right?
metaphorical. The
No, I'm
only
saying
way that a
according to the
person is
according to
in
the scholars.
Sheol is if his no. I just read the scholars, bro.
Well, hold
None
on,
of
I'm
the
giving you,
none of
I'm
the
saying
none
this
of
from
none
my
of the
take.
none of the scholars, none of the rabbis, none of the Jewish. You,
Yes, they
bro,
do. Just let me give you my
bro,
take.
you got to take an L, man.
I'm gonna
Believe
quote
me,
it, brother. I'm not
you don't
reading
know Hebrew,
this.
and you don't know the scholarship on the text.
I got
Jesus died by
and
crucifixion
Ibn
and rose again. That is a fact
Azar.
of history, bro.
Bro, Rashi and Ibn Azar generally says Jonah was alive and prayed while conscious inside the fish, symbolizing repentance. That's what they said.
Okay. Now notice he said
So I'm
Rashi
coming
for
with my evidence, bro. Like I'm not just like, you know, I'm not just empty handed with nothing.
Rashi's coming 1100 years, 1100 years after the time of Jesus. All right,
All
bro.
I'm saying is a different view,
Bro,
viewing on it.
please,
That's all
man,
I'm saying.
take the L. Take the L, man.
Hell on what?
All right.
I have my
Take the L.
resources, bro.
Jesus died by crucifixion and rose again. Anything else is a lie.
All right, man. Look, I get how Christians are, not y'all are, man. Like you get
Yeah,
angry,
we
but I'm
tell the
giving
truth.
you.
We
You
got to
see, I'm
tell the
not just
truth.
saying this. I'm giving you the actual evidence on it, but you know, now it's like an angry thing. Like, look, man, I don't care what you bring. Like, he died, and I get it. That's how you gonna
Bro,
come with it.
it's
Like,
just like
the conversation stops after that, bro.
you don't accept scholarship, man. Go to Jewish
I'm
sources.
bringing you scholar. I'm naming scholars.
Okay.
I'm naming scholars.
You brought us
Okay.
Rashi, who came
When
way later, who was doing polemics against Christianity. That's who you brought
But
us.
not just Rashi. I'm reading
I'm
the verse where Jonah cries out while he's in the fish. Like, what is more thorough than that?
Out from Sheol, or he was in Sheol, the place of the
Right,
dead. Yeah.
right. Like he's crying out. How is he dead?
Or,
That's what
and Allah has to pull you guys out. Do you cease to exist, Amir?
you said. Do I cease to exist?
When you die, do you cease to
Right.
exist?
In this life.
Okay. Oh my gosh. This is why I have to refrain myself. He's in Sheol crying out. Just like in your Quran, you'll be crying out before Allah hopefully lifts you out of the hellfire. In both religions, you are still existing. Okay?
okay.
You don't cease.
Let me educate him because when once again it's Sheol is the place of the departed spirits. So let's get an example of that from the prophet Ezekiel in chapter 32, starting verse 17. In the 12th year of the 15th day of the month, the word of Yahweh came to me, son of man. Wail over the hordes of Egypt and bring Egypt and the daughters of mighty nations down to the underworld to be with those who descend to the pit. Who do you surpass in loveliness? Go down and be laid to rest with the uncircumcised. They will fall among those slain by the sword. A sword is appointed. They drag her and all her hordes away. Warriors, leaders will speak from the middle of Sheol. Notice how people are aware. They have awareness in Sheol. That's why Jonah was able to pray from the belly of Sheol. About him and his allies, they have come down. The uncircumcised lie slain by the sword. Assyria is there with her whole assembly. Her graves are all around her. All of them are slain, fallen by the sword. Once
Okay,
again, he
so now
mentions
my question is.
all of these uncircumcised wicked nations are down in Sheol.
Okay, so now my question is. Was Jonah's body, right? His physical body, was it in the fish?
It was in the fish.
Okay, so his physical. Now, if I die, right, my physical body is going to be in the ground, right? Now, my
Yep.
soul, however, right? My soul, however, you could say can go down in the Sheol or up, right? But my physical body is in the ground. Jonah's physical body was in the fish, and he was crying out to God. So
Yeah.
he was alive because they interpret the word differently. It's not
No.
just means death. So you can't say, you
No.
gotta look at the context. You gotta look at the.
I,
Let me finish.
bro,
Can I just
please,
finish?
please, bro,
Oh, come on,
please.
man. We're gonna have a conversation. Allow me to finish, bro.
You're not in any position to talk to me
All
about
right, I see
context,
where this
about the
at. I see
Hebrew
where we at with
language.
it. I see where we at with it. I don't know
None of
why you
that,
have these
bro. Please.
conversations in these rooms, bro, when you gonna do this, bro. I don't know why you
Because
call Muslims in here.
you front like you have a
I thought we was
certain
having
type
a
of knowledge that
conversation.
you don't have, bro.
But I thought we was having a conversation. I thought I was
Okay,
giving you I'm
we
giving
are
you
having a
evidence. I'm not just talking
conversation.
outside of my neck.
We are having a conversation, but you have no theological credentials and
But
you
why are
don't
you
know
but why are
biblical
you
Hebrew.
stopping what I'm saying?
Because what you're saying is erroneous.
How?
It's
How? Tell me
erroneous
how.
because you believe Jonah was alive when the text clearly says that he was dead. He was in
The
Sheol.
text, I'm reading the text, bro. It doesn't say that. And I read the meaning of Sheol.
Everything I just read to you when Jesus
All
said
right, you got it, man. You got it. You
3 days
got it, DL. You got it.
3 days and 3 nights, what did his audience understand him to be saying?
DL, you got it, bro. Like we can't have conversations like this. When I don't agree with you, then you want to over talk me now, and then now it's not a
Bro,
conversation no
you don't agree
more,
with
and you gonna
God, bro.
enforce your
It's God
ways.
you don't agree
Like,
with.
bro, all right, man. You got it, bro. It's your stage. You got it.
Okay. So you originally made an argument about, and you keep jumping around. You originally made an argument about the will of Satan was the same as the will of the Father.
That was the first argument. Was that, but y'all, like, I guess you reconcile that by saying, yeah, but the father had a different will than Satan did, but they both had wills now, right? To kill Jesus. Poor,
No,
so yeah, because innocent man Jesus is just everybody want
what
to
I'm
take
saying,
a bite out
Amir,
of him, huh? Come on,
what
man.
I'm
I ain't
saying,
gonna.
Amir, is if you were a good football player, let's say that you played college ball, and you had an opportunity to go to the pros. Both your mother and your father their will is that you make it to the pros. The reason why your father wills that you make it to the pros is because he had an opportunity to make it to a pros when he was young, but he ended up injuring himself and that eliminated his chances. So he would like to see that his son makes it, right? Your mother, on the other hand, also wills that you make it to the pros, but she wants you to make it to the pros so you can get a multi-million-dollar contract and buy her a house. They both will the same thing for their son, but the purpose behind the will is different. And once
Father and the
again, it
mother
doesn't.
one.
And once again,
Isn't the
bro,
father and the mother one?
it doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what Satan willed. God works all things according to the purpose of his own will. Whatever Satan had in mind, it's gonna work towards the will of God and his purpose. Just like you can believe what you want to do. You can believe Islam or whatever is true, but God's will be done regardless of what you do, what you think, and how you feel about stuff.
It's more like if a person come to me regarding Islam, and it's something that they're reading in Islam that's very clear to them, and it's like they bring it to me, and I'm like, well, yeah, it could be both things, right? Like, you know what I mean? And then this, look, I'm done with it, right? Like, it just doesn't. It's no guidance involved, right? It's like I'm reading it, and you're not even understanding that. If you're reading this, I can understand why you have the position you have, right? Because you're reading the Bible, who I say is the Word of God, and God is saying here in Ezekiel that the one who sins shall die. You don't think that God changes according to Malachi 3:6. So if Jesus is saying that they wanted him to die, the devil wanted him to die, that is their will. Jesus is saying that in the Bible, and God is saying that the one who sins shall die, and you believe that Jesus is sinless, and so you don't believe he died. Right? So
That
now
once
you have
one
reason to believe this based off the Bible. I will have reason based off the Bible.
once again, bro.
Like real talk.
Once
I have
again,
reason to believe this
once
based off the
again,
Bible.
when you use Ezekiel chapter 33 and 18, you're making an incomparable comparison. So when Jesus died on the cross, he was dying for the sins of the Father.
No, I don't believe he died on the cross. I don't believe it was. I don't believe that the Father believes in atonement for sins, like human sacrifice for atonement of sins, according to the Old Testament. So that's another issue,
No, we already went through that. Chapter 25 of Numbers,
right? If you're gonna say it's a different time,
chapter
I get
21
it.
of
Y'all
the
gonna say it's
prophet,
always a different time.
chapter 21 of it. That's because you don't understand what you're
It's
saying.
the
We
most
told you
changing God I've
he's
ever seen in my
against
life.
human sacrifice. He's against human sacrifice to pagan gods.
No, he said that he's against imitating it, imitating of
Exactly.
the detestable actions. He said he's against the imitation of it.
Exactly. And the imitation would have to do with sacrificing your children to a pagan god.
No, that
That
means
would
if you don't,
that would be how they were
wow.
imitating the nations around them.
Wow. So that if the like if you look at Islam and the Prophet says do not imitate them, right? So like say for like dragging the pants on the ground, right? The Prophet
Look
Muhammad
at
says,
this, bro.
I drag your clothing on the ground because this is what kings did, right? They did it in pride and arrogance. They would drag their garments on the ground. And he said that whoever drags their garment on the ground, that they'll be dragging it in the hellfire, right? So if I'm doing it, like even though I'm not saying that I am a king or nothing, but if I'm doing it, you see, I'm imitating the actions of of the people who originate doing it. So if God is saying in the Bible, don't imitate these actions. He said that he's angry by these actions. You're saying, well, as long as they sacrifice the child to God Almighty, it's different. No, it's the
No, no, no.
imitation of
I didn't.
what they
No, no, no,
did.
no. That's not what I said. I said that the thing that Yahweh hates is when you sacrifice your children to pagan gods, Molech, Ishtar, Tammuz. That's what
He
those
don't,
contexts
no,
are
he doesn't,
talking about.
bro. I read the verses in the Old Testament, bro. So you're talking to
Okay,
somebody that
bro.
he
We we
doesn't like
we've
the
been
act at
we've been
all.
we've been through this before in Numbers chapter 25. Two people were killed by Phinehas. Their blood functioned as a kapara, as an atonement for the sins of the people of Israel. In chapter 21 of the prophet Samuel, two prophets, Moses and Samuel, seven sons of Saul's, their shed blood functioned as a kapara, as an atoning sacrifice for the sins of the people. And the text actually says God's ears were opened to the prayers of Israel. Why? Because chapter 59, verse 2 of Isaiah says, sins and iniquity separate you from God. Chapter 3 of Lamentations,
Why was
Jeremiah
they
says that
killed?
he has covered his face with a cloud so that your prayers cannot get through because of your sins. You
Okay,
have
so
to
why was they
have an
killed?
atoning sacrifice, bro.
Were they innocent?
Who?
Were they the innocent being sacrificed for the guilty? Or were they guilty people being sacrificed because they were guilty for so if they
That
sacrificed them,
bro,
it'd be
bro, I
better
gave
because of their
I gave
sins.
you I gave you the chapter. I spoon fed this to you before. Obviously you didn't get it or you
I'm
didn't care.
asking.
Bro, I've already gone through this with you. And you're
All right,
still
man.
stuck on
All right.
stupid, bro.
Oh, if you think you have the truth, then why wouldn't you do it again?
Here, let's
That means
let's
you don't
try
you don't
this.
have the truth. Why would you feel some type of way about doing it
Let's
again then?
make bro, let's make this simple. Let's make this simple. Go to Bible Hub and pull up Hebrews chapter 5 verse 7.
The reason
Let's see
I'm
if
asking you
this
because I'm
brother
driving right now, right? But the
can
reason why
can
I'm
do
asking you.
some basic research.
Now, I've done my research, right? And that's the reason why I'm bringing forth the research I've done. But you're telling me that, oh, Sheol means death, but it has different meanings to it. But you're going to pick death, so that's what it means, right? So, hey, here's what it is. I'm not arguing with you. That's what you, if that's what you settle on, then I'm thinking we're looking at something and we're using our reasoning and logic. But if you have a belief involved in it, there's nothing. We don't get nowhere, right? I
No,
can't bring my
bro,
belief when it's coming to. I can't
I
bring my
believe
belief
what's revealed.
involved when I'm looking at the text.
I believe what's revealed to me. I don't start off with my belief and then go into the Bible to try to find stuff that substantiates what I believe. I calibrate my belief based off of what God reveals.
What do you mean? What God reveals to you?
Yeah,
So you saying you get revelation from God?
yeah, in the Bible.
Oh, you saying that? You mean in a different way? You mean that when you read the Bible, that whatever verse is in the Bible and it connects with you, that's what's revealed to you.
What I'm saying is, I believe what I believe because that's what God revealed in the scriptures.
But God did not reveal the things that you believe, like Jesus being God in the scriptures. Because
Yep.
Jesus never said he was God or nothing like that. You believe
Oh
that.
man, we got back to God and the Trinity, bro. Chapter 5, verse 7 of Hebrews. Concentrate, focus.
That's been omitted from the Bible. You know that, right? John 5:7.
No, I said Hebrews chapter 5, verse 7. You brought that verse up.
Oh, Hebrews 5:7.
I don't need
What it
First
say?
John 5 and 7 to teach the Trinity.
What it say in Hebrews 5:7?
Okay, you said that he prayed to the Father and he saved him from death, right?
That's what it says, right?
Okay. So did you pull up Bible Hub so you can see the Greek?
Hold on. And you said that this means save out of
I
death.
want I want you to see it. Forget about what I said it says.
Yeah, I don't even give nobody anything. Hebrews
I've told you
5:7.
about this numerous times. You should have already looked at it yourself.
I'm asking you what I no. I'm asking you what it means. Like, what does it mean? Don't make so. It makes no sense.
Okay, but obviously you didn't get we've
And you
been
said
through
Greek.
this like 5 or 6 times.
Did you say Greek? I'll check it out. Like, no problem. I'll check it out. What it says. What it says. It's like so. It says here. Okay. So it says here, who in the days of his flesh offered up prayers and supplications to the one able to save him from death. Now, and it has a translation here. This is a translation I'm reading from the Greek. With loud crying and tears, and having been heard because and having been heard because of his reverence. Okay, so you're saying that what word am I supposed to be looking at here?
The word from
From. All right.
from
Okay.
FROM. What's the Greek word there?
So it says ak thanathu, something like that. Are you talking about right?
Ek thanatu. Yeah, but just the word ek, the preposition, what does it mean?
You said, oh yeah. So it says ak thanathu. It says
No,
to
just the
the
word
one being
ek.
able to. Huh?
Just the word ek.
Oh, ek. Well, I didn't say that. It put it all together. So let me see. Ak. The ak means from. All right, hold up.
I'm looking at it right here from the Byzantine text. So it's out of, to save him out of death. Here, let me go to Sinaiticus.
Right,
I'm going to
right.
go
So
through
now, yeah, I
every.
got you. I got you. I got you here. I got you here. So it says, according to the Koine Greek lexicons, like uh, BDAG or whatever, it says ak, a preposition that shows origin or separation. It indicates something coming out from a source or location. It's stronger than the Greek apo, which means from in a more general sense. It says from the surface of proximity of act out from the interior or center of.
From the what? The interior.
So act suggests this emergence or movement out of something.
So when he says that who was able to save him from death, he means out of, from inside of death. He was in death and he saved him out of death. This is what we see in Peter's
Hold on,
sermon.
I'm looking deeper into this because I'm trying to see to make the sense of it, right?
Yeah, yeah, you're going to have to do that because you're going to try to find a way to weasel out of
I'm
it. But
not,
anyway, in the
bro. One thing about
meantime,
me, I'm not looking for anything like the win. I just want to understand it. Like, trust me, bro. I'm
here,
not that kind of dude, bro.
let
I'm
me
not in
look
it
at,
for that. I'm not in it for
I'm,
that. If
I'm,
you're correct, you're correct. If you're correct, if someone was to say something else, I would say, nah. According to the teachings, it says this. You gotta admit it, right?
okay. So
I'm not gonna go with the falsehood, bro. If
I'm
I'm
gonna
wrong,
go,
I'm wrong.
I'm going to go to
But you ain't gotta worry about
Vines
that with me.
while you're doing that. I'm going to go to Vines and we're going to look at this.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
gonna look at it. I'm looking at it though.